So in one of the last videos I did a video on how to prune Bareroot whips. Now I got a lot of questions, which was a great thing. And I suppose like I did make a bit of a rod for my own back. So like with different trees and different species, unfortunately you do have to kind of follow different sets of rules. Now the great thing about these 2-year-old whips is even if you do make a mistake, which we've made plenty of here, they tend to be very forgiving and they'll grow again kind of regardless of what you do. But in terms of these birch here, and I'm just going to, because we had one particular request there for birch, I'm just going to show you why we do what we do with them. So the same as the last one, they've got nice big roots, but the danger is when this tree here starts, all these little branches start to leaf up, that the plant does suck a bit too much moisture out of the tree and out of the ground. So if we were potting this on to grow in the nursery, these are the instructions I'd be given. So we'd leave 1, 2, 3, 4, about 3 or 4 buds on every side branch. So that's, in this case, taken off more than half. And if people notice I'm using a nice light secateurs. If you have to prune as many trees as we do, you definitely don't want a big heavy one. And I'm being a bit awkward there. So it doesn't have to be just completely accurate. And then we take a bit off the top. So we've taken about half the side foliage off them now, and that's going to give the plant a great chance. Now, because I'm pruning trees for absolute years, I'd have a lot more confidence than some people, and I'm just going to go in and prune like that at the top. And that bud there, it will have apical dominance because it's the top bud, and the trees are naturally inclined to grow by a phenomenon called geotropism. So geotropism is the tree's natural inclination to grow towards the sun. It's a force similar to gravity. So if people are giving you that old nonsense, if you cut the top of a tree, this side branch is somehow going to grow over here, it's just not going to happen. It's a force similar to gravity. The same if I drop that secateurs out of my hand, it's going to fall to the ground. So don't be afraid to take a little bit at the top of a tree. So by doing that little bit of pruning, and by planting the whip to just above the old nursery mark, just where the mahogany bark turns into the lighter bark, so you'd just be planting it maybe, you know, the width of my baby finger below that, putting a nice little spread of poultry manure on it, you've increased that whip's chance of survival significantly. Now I did get a couple of requests for hornbeam hedge and beech hedge and things like that. The good news about them is they tend to be very, very successful regardless of whether you prune them back or not. But by all means, if you wanted to do it, you could definitely go out and do that, and it will help the plant establish quicker, because in the initial series of leafing, it'll have less leaf, which will give the plant more time to concentrate on root production rather than leaf production, and that'll help balance out the equation a bit and help the tree's chances of really thriving in the early part of the summer. So it's not so much that they might live or die, this sort of pruning, it just helps them thrive in the early part of the summer, where it can often get really dry with frost at night. So thanks for watching.